me, mama, me, mama.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, go.
Hi.
And say hi, welcome back to our channel. Welcome to our channel.
Welcome back. We haven't even started. Welcome back to nothing, guys. Hey.
Okay.
Hi, guys. Is that too loud? Hey, guys. Is that too low? How about just right? Hey, guys.
Hey guys.
Hey, guys. No, okay, seriously.
Okay, hi guys, welcome to our channel.
Hey.
So this is gonna be our first video ever. It's gonna be our teen pregnancy story. I'm at 15.
Well, I wasn't pregnant, but yeah.
Well, we were pregnant because we were both expecting a baby.
Yeah.
But we thought this would be a good introduction to our channel because it's a big part of our life story. We have 3 kids and we have been married for about 10 years and we actually have been together since 8th grade.
It's a long time. Yeah.
Every time we tell somebody that, they kind of like double take at me and be like, what the heck?
Yeah.
But yeah, me.
We met in California through my good friend Arthur. I mean, I went to his house and first we were about, I don't know, what, 11, 10, 11?
Yeah, so basically, long story short, he was best friends with my nephew. I'm the youngest out of a lot of older kids. My sister was a teen mom as well, and so her son and me were pretty much like a year apart. So he was best friends with him. They met in like elementary school, right?
Yep.
Actually, we did go to the same elementary school then, we just didn't know each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so we pretty much grew up in the same town. We're from the same hometown. But I moved away when I was like 10 years old, maybe 11 years old. In 5th grade, I moved to a different city about an hour away. Yeah, so he was best friends with him, and I would go to my sister's on like just to hang out over there. She was like a young mom, like probably our age now, her mid-20s, late 20s.
Yeah, during summer break.
Yeah, and so he was best friends with him. He would go to hang out with him at her house, and that's how we met. When we first met, we were actually only like 11 years old.
Yeah.
And I seen this nerdy little white boy, and he thought he had a chance, but
I had a chance.
well, obviously you ended up with me.
Wasn't even thinking about girls then.
Well, yeah, we were like 11 years old.
And then, yeah, then summertime happened from...
Babe, wait.
We hung out for a little bit, talked, played, whatever kids do. And then didn't see each other for a whole year. Summertime happened, came back when I was in 8th grade. And so when I walked in the door and I saw her again, I was like, oh man, who's that?
Oh my gosh.
And my friend was like, oh, well, that's Desiree, remember her? I was like,
we spent the summer together, about 11 years old. We did have crushes on each other, but they were like really innocent crushes. We were just like 11 years old, we were kids. I stole his watch from him, and then I actually kept it because I had a really big crush on him, and I would keep it in my room, but I would hide it because my parents were very strict, because if they found anything like that, I'd be in trouble. So I would hide it in my drawer, but I kept it because it smelled like his cologne. I know it's really cheesy.
Cologne, probably deodorant.
I know, probably like the cheapest deodorant ever. Yeah. Probably sprayed it with Febreze.
Probably.
But I would keep it.
Stay fresh.
And then yeah, we didn't see each other for a whole year, and it was probably longer than a year.
Yeah.
It was like 2 years, honestly. We didn't see each other, and then I went back there, which I always went there, but like we just didn't see each other for some reason for like almost 2 years. And when I went back, I was actually 13 and he was 14. Sorry if you hear that, my dog is being annoying. trying to come inside. But so yeah, when how did we start dating?
I had your.
Okay, he never officially asked me out. Babe.
Yeah, I did.
He never officially asked me out ever.
Yeah, right.
So pretty much, he had a crush on me. Well, we had a crush on each other, and I would go back and forth. So like I said, I lived about an hour away. So I would like convince my mom to like let me go to my sister's house just so like I could see him, and like he did the same. But we didn't like start dating or anything. We literally would just like flirt, and that would happen probably for like a month or two. And then he had. Well, I wasn't sure if he liked me though. At that point, I don't think we both were like fully sure. Okay, hold on. So pretty much he. Anyways, long story short, he ended up asking me out to homecoming, and I actually lied to my mom and told her I was going to homecoming with my nephew because, like I said, I grew up in a very strict, like, Christian household, so no boys ever.
Yeah.
Can't even have a boy as a friend, or like.
And girls at school thought you were fake because they were asking me. Who you going to homecoming with? I'm like, a girl from another school. Thought that she was fake, and then.
That's when we started talking on the phone. We had like a long distance relationship. Like our first 2 years of being together was a long distance relationship.
It wasn't long that time. We saw each other until I had to move to Colorado.
But it was still always long distance. I still lived an hour away, and I would only go down to our hometown probably like every 2 to 3 weeks, sometimes even a month would go by and I wouldn't see him. And it was like that for like a good almost a year when this was all going down. And it was we started dating in November of 2005.
Yeah, 2005. And then yeah, and then like a year went by, and then I had found out I had to move to Colorado. And we didn't know, I mean, we knew we were still be together, we just didn't know exactly what was going to happen. And yeah, then I moved to Colorado. We kept the distance long.
Don't skip things.
Huh?
Don't skip things.
What do you mean?
Well, pretty much, we lost our virginity to each other. Babe, you have to include that. It's part of our teen pregnancy story. We were kids.
Yeah.
So at the time, so it's kind of crazy to say I lost my virginity at 13. That was a month later.
Think about it. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's really crazy because we have an 11-year-old daughter. Anyways, but I was 13. My birthday's in May, so I was like literally May 6th actually. So I was literally like 2 weeks away from me turning 14, and Nick was 14, almost 15. When that happened, but
yeah, I didn't even think nothing of that night. When you're like, I'm gonna come over to your house, I'm like, okay, cool. I told my friend.
I didn't think, but like,
oh, my girlfriend's gonna come over, and then I get a knock on my window a couple hours later, and he's like, here you go, man. And he gave me a condom.
I snuck out of my sister's house to go see him, but we were at this making out and all that stuff at that point. But anyways, I ended up sneaking out to see him, and that's when like we lost it to each other.
I was sleeping. I didn't even know. I forgot.
Well, because he kept telling me you should come over, and I was like, I am. And he's like, no, you won't. No, you won't. And I was like, bet. I was like, I'm gonna sneak out and go to your house. And I never even. I think I went to your house once. I don't even know how I remember to get to your house, honestly. But I like snuck out and jumped through his window, and that's how it happened.
Yeah, and then and then I was like, oh, I hear something after, and.
So this is basically about how we met, how we lost it, and how we got pregnant video. Because this is everything. Okay. And then, so, forward like 6 months after we lost it. We've been dating for probably like 6 months. But like, I would say like, we were like, even though we were so young, it's like really, really weird to say. But we like, truly like, loved each other. Like, I think we knew that, and like we told each other that over the phone, and then it was just it was over the phone.
Yeah, I told you first. So.
Yeah, you did tell me first that, because I was always scared and I always wanted to say it, but I was scared.
I ain't scared.
But yeah, I did everything in person, the hard stuff. Babe, stop hitting it.
Yeah, you did the hard stuff, all right.
Ow.
So much to talk about.
I know. I feel like this video is going to be never ending because it is a lot. But anyways, so
you do part 2.
let's speed this up a little bit. Okay, so we were dating. We were dating about 6 months, and then his parents decided they want to move to Colorado. Okay, we're from California, and it was kind of weird because my sister ended up moving as well. So my sister and her husband at the time, he was from Colorado. So I don't know who said they were moving first. I think it was you guys.
Yeah, or same time, or just
it was like literally the same time because
and then they were like, "Oh, that sounds like a good idea."
Well, because he was really close to my nephew, which honestly we consider each other cousins because we're only a year apart. But he had a younger brother that was really good friends with his little brother, so they were just all close overall in general. So like literally all at each other's house all the time. So I think that just made it easier to like all move together at the same time, like in the same month, like, and everything. So my sister ended up moving to Colorado as well, and I actually was trying to convince my mom. Obviously she didn't want to move and stuff, but so we actually had a long distance relationship over the phone for a whole year after that, because he ended up moving to Colorado, and it's a lot of nights, days on the phone, arguing, crying.
You crying, not me. Just kidding.
Well, yeah, because like we couldn't see each other, so it was really frustrating. Even though we already did a really good job, like with beforehand, because we already had a long distance relationship, kind of, it got even harder because we literally didn't see each other for a whole year. Until, so it's pretty much our whole, like, me being 14 almost, because when I was like 15 and a half, no. So I don't think it was a year. I think it was probably like 6 months in Colorado. I didn't see you. Or was it a whole year?
It was a whole year, because you were still 13.
No, I turned 14 when you came to my house, remember?
Yeah,
my birthday?
Yeah, but I left after that, like shortly after that, because I left that summer in June.
So yeah, I remember it was pretty much about a year. And then anyways, so finally Nick saved up enough money from his birthday to fly me out. And of course, my excuse with my parents was I'm just gonna go visit my sister, which my mom knew I was dating him anyways, but she still ended up letting me go. And that's when I got knocked up.
Yep.
So I was about 15 and a half. No, that's wrong. That's why I'm confused about the dates, because I had just turned like 15 then, because I literally turned 16 a month before I gave birth.
Yeah. Yeah, 14, you just turned 14, and then I left, and then that whole year you came out during that summer of that next year when you just turned 15.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's, I mean, like a month or two later, that's pretty much found out you got pregnant.
Yeah, so it was pretty crazy time, like, in our life, because, like, so I went out there, okay, so I went out there to visit him and he flew me out, but I ended up staying. I ended up convincing my mom to stay and let me go to school there. And she surprisingly let me. I don't know why, but she let me. And that's when I ended up getting, when we were, well, first of all, we were stupid because we were literally having unprotected sex for like months. Like literally, like, we didn't even think about it. Like, I think we did because like we thought about it, but like I think it happened so, like, so many times we didn't get pregnant. We thought we couldn't get pregnant or something. Honestly, I don't even think we cared, because I think we cared, but we were so young, and then we were so like wanted to be up each other's ass crack 24/7. Like, we didn't even care. It wasn't even like a thing like where we thought of the consequences and stuff. Ever since that happened,
no, we had it. We knew you were pregnant. We lied so that way you could stay. So she made you take the test, and then, or before that, we had to go to my parents' house. They wanted us to tell my parents.
No, that's when I was pregnant.
No, you weren't.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
you weren't. So we told him. I just told him. She actually got pregnant a little bit after that, so it made it seem like you never took a pregnancy test. It made it seem like
I did take a
you were
pregnancy
pregnant.
test. I did.
Oh, but
Pearl and Josh drove me to Walgreens.
Yeah, but we think she was pregnant because like 2 weeks after that,
I think I really did get pregnant. I probably was.
But we were lying at first. We just did that so that way she could stay.
But I don't remember why. Like we thought I was gonna go back.
Because your mom wanted you back, and you and your sister weren't getting along. You guys were fighting.
Yeah, I was like.
Well, we said that she was pregnant, and basically her sister said we have to go tell your parents, and I was like, all right. So I had to go tell my parents.
So we walk
into the house.
Oh my god, it was so awkward.
Sat down.
First of all, his dad is like really like strict and like very like stern and old school.
So
I think.
Yeah.
Type, like.
So basically, sat down and I was like, Desiree's pregnant, and
we both were sitting there on his parents' bed. I was sitting there.
No, my dad got up.
No, your mom was in there. Your mom was in there, and we would tell her we gotta tell her something. Walk up to her room. I'd never been in your parents' room before, and you told your mom Desiree's pregnant. And
my mom was like, "You guys had sex?" I was like, "Yeah, that's how it happens, Mom. Unless the stork came by and dropped something off somewhere."
And those are literally word for word. And then we're standing there, and then your dad walks in the room.
Yep, and then I told him.
He tried, and then you said, "You're like, Desiree's pregnant," and he literally just like looked at us and turned right back around and walked back out the room.
Nope, left the house.
And he said, "Nope, I'm not hearing it," or something like that.
And then took off. Actually, I think your parents took it better than mine.
Yeah, and we didn't. At this point we were pregnant, but we didn't even really know if we were pregnant. We were kind of just like, lying and trying to get pregnant. That way I couldn't. Yeah, honestly, what it was, we didn't even care at that point because we didn't want to be apart, and that was the only way we were gonna fully be together. And so, anyways. My sister ended up sending me back to California to be with my mom because we just weren't getting along at that point. And when I was in California, I ended up finding out that I was pregnant. So I went back to California. Actually found out I was pregnant. My stepsister took me to get a pregnancy test, and I went and took a pregnancy test at this like free pregnancy center. And I remember when they came in the room, they told me like they're like you are pregnant, and I remember them just like staring at me like giving me like this sympathy look. And I remember to this day like they just like kind of just like, do you need anybody to talk to? Do you need like resources? And I mean,
you were 15.
I know, that's what I was coming to say, because I was like, but like I don't know if like I feel like I've always been more mature mentally than I was, because it didn't hit me. It did not hit me until I gave birth to my daughter.
Yeah.
Like not saying like I was reckless and like did like just, oh, I didn't feel I was pregnant. No, like literally like I feel like I was just really mature.
Yeah. I
really do, because like they came in and I remember them like you are pregnant, and I didn't even like, I think she looked at me weird because I didn't seem shocked, because I obviously knew like we were having like unprotected sex and stuff. But I ended up telling him on the phone, and like I don't think it hit him till I finally, like literally my whole pregnancy we were not together for our first pregnancy. We were not. I lived with my mom in California, and he lived in Colorado. And I didn't go out to Colorado till I was 7 months pregnant. So almost all my pregnancy I did by myself. But when I found out I was pregnant, I had to tell my parents.
I had to miss the baby shower too. Oh, that's so
I
sad.
know, and it's really sad. It's really sad now I think about it. But I think that's why we're so up each other's ass, and our kids sleep in our bed to this day. But
yeah, I remember when she pulled up in the car when she came back with her parents to Colorado. She was 7 months pregnant.
And I remember
it didn't hit me until she walked out of the car.
The giant belly.
Her big old belly. I was like, oh man. I was like.
I remember like I laid on your bed.
This is real, yeah.
In his house, just 2 teenagers. I was 16. Not even. Because I was still 15, yeah. I turned 16 a month before I gave birth. So I laid on his bed and like I couldn't see the TV. I remember you were just like all amazed by that. But yeah, he wasn't there for the baby shower, and this was not by choice, obviously. My mom, like, I mean, she helped us a lot. It was more like when we, well, I need to rewind a bit. So like, I had to tell my parents I was pregnant. They took it a lot better than his parents did. I mean, I'm not saying they took it well. Like, my dad was pretty upset, and he like just kind of stood there quietly. And he stared at me, and like the only thing he literally said, my mom sat there chatting my butt off, saying like, I still want you to go to school and I'll help you and blah blah blah. And then my dad just sat there quiet the whole time, and like I remember just looking at him and he didn't say anything, and he was just like, well, he's gonna get a job, right? That's all he said. And I was like, yeah, like obviously. And then, so long story short, we end up my mom, just because we thought it was best for like me and the baby, and like I was about to have a baby, we moved to Colorado when I was 7 months pregnant, and we actually moved back in with my sister that lived there, and I was just getting ready to have a baby, you know, buying baby stuff and all that, and his parents were not supportive whatsoever. They literally like didn't want nothing to do with me, didn't want nothing to do with the baby. Yeah, it was pretty horrible with that side of the family. Like, from the moment we moved back to Colorado, my mom and dad made an effort to get to know Nick.
Yeah.
Like, because they knew a baby was about to be born, and it was like more important for the baby. And I remember the first time they ever talked to my parents, I was like 7 months pregnant, and we drove to Sonic.
Yep.
And then what did they say?
They was just asking if I'm gonna get a job, and
they're being nice though.
Yeah.
They got you food.
Super awkward though.
Remember, you were so scared.
Oh yeah, super awkward.
This is gonna be a long AF video. So grab some chips.
Burr. Safeway,
He's weird.
I got it.
He's weird.
No, yeah, so I don't know where you left off.
What did I left off about?
Sonic and talking about something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when I first met your mom and dad, was at Sonic. Your dad was asking me if I'm gonna get a job, and I was like, of course.
So at this
I
point
got a
in
job lined up.
time I came back, his parents weren't like supportive of all. Like, they did not want to like I said, see me or the baby. They didn't even like want Nick like around me. They pretty much wanted to disown his child. And
yeah, they didn't want me to give my daughter my last name. And they found out.
Even
when
though
my parents walked in and asked what her last name was, that's the only thing they cared about was I told them, you know, and they walked out like, oh,
of the hospital room.
Yeah, no support at all.
But we had a lot of support from my parents, and then like on that end, so I think that's why. And then we had each other, so we were just yeah,
and then the day Bella was born was that she was born early in the morning,
so he was
and I had work that same day.
So people are probably wondering, like, I obviously like I didn't go back to school. Like, once I started showing, like, once we moved back to Colorado, I didn't go back to school. He was still in high school.
Yeah.
His junior year, I didn't go back. I'm actually a year younger than him, so I was a sophomore. But
basically.
Baby. Oh, good morning. Wanna see here?
And this is our newborn Bella. This is what she looks like now.
No.
11 years later. Sorry, you sit right here. Okay, I'll just have you hide behind me. That's all right. And then basically,
fun. So pretty much,
yeah, basically,
I ended up giving birth while he was in school. Well, I actually went into false-term labor. Like, I thought, you know, when you get contractions at your end, I thought I was about to give birth. And I remember calling, he was in school, and his parents would like not bring him to come see me, even though I thought I was in labor. That's how bad it was. On that end, they wouldn't bring him to like see me at all, and yeah. But I ended up I don't know what else.
No, yeah, and then basically it was summertime when our daughter was born on June 2nd. Same day, actually, first day of work. Did that full time during summertime during high school.
He actually had, his first interview was the day our daughter was born, and he's been working ever since that day.
And this is our youngest daughter.
Say hi.
Oh, she just woke up for a nap. She's not feeling it.
But yeah, after we gave birth, after I had our daughter, so like there was even more drama after that. So my mom decided she was gonna go ahead and go back to California, because like I don't even think she was only there. My mom was thinking about going back to California. She was only really there for like to support me and stuff while the end of my pregnancy and be there when the baby was born. Yeah. Okay, let's be quiet. No, you draw me something.
Yeah, draw something right here, okay?
Draw me something.
Draw on the bench right there, on the bench. That way it's easier.
What was I saying? So my mom was only there for the end of the pregnancy and like just to support me like when I was giving birth, but her plan was to go back to California. After I had the baby, we were still with my sister. He was with his mom and dad. He would pretty much come over almost every single day, pretty much every day, and he would be there and he would help me with her and stuff. But my mom was going back to California, and we were like stressing out because we didn't know what we were gonna do, because obviously we want to be together as a family. And remember, at this time we're still only 16, 17 years old. He turned 17 10 days after our daughter was born. So we're still pretty young at this point, and
we got our first place.
Why are you not explaining how? So pretty much like my sister wanted me to go back with my mom to California, and there was actually a point in time where his dad showed up at my sister's door, and his dad and my sister were both telling me I should go back with my mom to California, and Nick should stay there and continue school, and pretty much like Nick should just like forget about me and the baby.
Yeah, and I was like, there's no way a man should ever do that, for one. And
yeah, like his dad pretty much told him to like disown his child. That's all it came down to. Like,
so I saved up money, and we put money down on our very first apartment.
Yeah, so our daughter was born June 2nd, and I spent we probably moved into our first apartment like in August. It was before he started senior year.
Yeah.
Just like a couple weeks before he started senior year. I remember just crying.
That was my junior year.
Well, I remember just crying that day. Like,
my junior year.
No, before your senior year.
Oh,
2 years before your senior year. 2 weeks we moved into our apartment.
Yeah.
I remember like crying that day, like because they just wanted to like split us up, and my mom was gonna move back to California, and my mom actually, that way we could be together. Kitty cat, you say hi, my fat kitty.
Layla.
Okay. My mom actually co-signed for us to get an apartment since we were underage. We were 16, 17. She co-signed for us, and Nick. Our apartment was 1 bedroom, 1 bath.
Yep, $500 rent, everything included, utilities and all that. And
we saved up about like $600.
Yep. And
we were so happy. We didn't care how small it was, how ghetto it was. We didn't care. All we cared is we had a place for us to be together, and for us to be together and have our daughter. And we actually, this is funny story though, like when we got our keys to our apartment, say hi.
Hi.
She just woke up. When we got our keys to our apartment, we actually only had like $120 after we put the deposit down. That's all we had in our name. We had no car. We had no phones. Did we have a phone? I think we made out of a phone, like
so.
a flip phone or something. That
Yeah, basically all that leftover money we had left, we spent $100 at the Dollar Tree.
At Dollar Tree.
I
At Dollar Tree.
thought confetti was gonna fly down when she said $100 worth of Dollar Tree stuff. Every item was $1.
We
So about
literally
100
had to buy everything: a dish soap, cleaning supplies, a mop, a broom. We bought little decorations. We bought toilet paper. We had to buy everything from scratch. And I remember that day being like so happy, like literally having my $100 at Dollar Tree, knowing I was at my first apartment to take my daughter home to, and it was actually pretty cool.
Yeah, and when school started, I basically worked 40 hours. I went to school full time, and went to work right after school till 11 o'clock at night.
He'd wake up, go to, so after we were in our first apartment, when school year came around, I actually tried to go back to school, but I went for probably a month, and it was just too hard. It was just too much, because us both being in school and him working full time was just too much. And honestly, it was just, I didn't feel comfortable being away from my daughter at such a young age. It just, so we decided that since he was like going to be the breadwinner, for him to focus on his education over me. So, and plus it was a senior year. I would have been starting my junior year with a newborn.
Yeah.
But he pretty much would wake up every day, go to school, do his senior year, and then go right after school to work at Safeway, which is a grocery store. Mm-hmm. And we had no car. We would actually walk in summertime. And
yep, her food was burritos.
16, 17 years old, living in our own apartment, no car. We got one Cricket phone.
Yep.
It was the cheapest phone available. We both shared it. We only had a little bit of money, so we didn't even know what food stamps were when we first got our first place. So my mom actually ended up moving back to California, so we were there by ourselves.
Well, yeah, and yeah, when we were at our own place too, we had envelopes for all of our bills, and I had an envelope for her hair because she wanted her hair dyed, and
yeah,
one for my Xbox. And finally,
we would put $10.
Yeah, every time I got
paycheck.
paid, just to try to get my very first Xbox. And when the day came, I was the happiest guy alive. We walked with my daughter in the stroller, went to the mall, got the Xbox, and I walked back with a little grin on my face. But it wasn't easy.
We still had no car.
Yep.
So we literally put her in the stroller, walked like about maybe 2 miles to the mall. Maybe a mile. It wasn't that far. It was like a mile to the mall, and we literally went in there, got his first Xbox, and we walked back with it. And it actually started raining on us when we started walking back, so we had to like make sure the baby wasn't wet and make sure the Xbox wasn't wet. But yeah, we actually found one of those envelopes like a couple years ago, and it was kind of cool seeing that. That's how far we came. But yeah, like you still graduated on the honors roll. Like, you had honor roll like one of the months, didn't you?
Yeah. Yep. And then, I mean, went to school and did that for a while. I mean, it wasn't easy at all, that's for sure. And then, we moved to another apartment, an upgraded one that was closer to work, so I didn't have to walk too far, and finally saved enough to get a car.
So yeah, we pretty much did it all, like we literally did it. Hold on, baby. Hold on, mama, okay? Just be careful.
Yeah, just hold on, okay?
1 second, we're almost done, okay? And then I'll pour you some.
Yeah. We'll get you some right now, okay? Just put on the counter and I'll get you some right now, okay?
Yeah, we were together, got pregnant, and we had literally no support from his
side.
Yeah, his parents' side. We did leave out that your dad did not see Bella for... He did literally physically with his eyes did not see our daughter until she's probably 3 or 4 months old, because he was still...
No, it was 6 months.
For real?
Yeah, 6
No
months.
way.
Yeah. Yeah, for 6 months.
I don't remember being that long.
It was a long time.
Well, yeah, he didn't physically see her for like 6 months of her first life, because he was still that, I guess, hateful and mad towards the fact that we had a beautiful baby together.
Yeah.
But my parents were very supportive, like for sure over that time. Like they ended up moving back to Colorado like shortly after that, probably when my daughter was like 6 months old. Fully moved this time, just to be with us and help us a lot and stuff. But yeah, so that is our 16 pregnant story. That was actually
15.
our meeting
15 and
pregnant story.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of good times and bad times, but more good times, I think. I mean, very stressful times,
Yeah.
for sure.
But I mean, you stick through it,
Did
it
we
gets
leave
better.
anything out?
I mean, as long as you stick through it, you'll get better and better as it goes on.
Good.
Yeah, we literally only ate those burritos, brisk, ramen, and hamburger helper, because that's all we could afford, and we were
We
completely
got the
happy.
Netflix.
Oh yeah, that's
Netflix sent in the mail.
Yes, that's when Netflix would send you the disc in the mail.
We were excited about that every week.
He would come home he would go to school, go to work, and then come home, and we would just be so excited to have those 2 hours together, watch our Netflix, eat our food, and yeah.
Yeah, days I had off.
Yeah, and then from there, obviously, we grew more and got a car and upgraded our apartments and jobs and.
Yeah, the next video we'll talk about our son, which also we had right after our daughter. So
I actually had him at 18, so we had 2 babies.
now you were 17.
Oh Lord Jesus!
I was 18.
I stressed myself out through just re-saying this, like thinking about it.
Yeah.
Times were definitely stressful, but they were more like, I think, more good memories. Definitely a lot of hard memories. Like, not even like, I don't want to call them like bad, just more stressful.
Yeah.
Because we were definitely stressing about money, stressing about where we're gonna live, how we're gonna take care of 2
But
babies.
we made it work, so we had a lot of good memories too. A lot of good memories.
Yeah, it's not about.
It'll be tough at times, but I mean, you keep working hard and get through it.
Take an average from 20 to 40 minutes before that starts happening.
For what?
They say the best solution to that is to have an external battery. That way that battery's not heating up the camera.
Mom, stop.
She has another battery. You have 2 batteries, right? She does have 2 batteries. Well, we're almost done because we did record that first video for a
Oh my
while.
God, please don't mind her face.
Alright, come on, Des.
What'd you say?
Let's just add her in there. Alright.
Okay.
No, don't put her in yet. And then,
Oh my
and
God.
then Bella will pop in.
Hey.
So, hey guys. Yeah.
Bum, 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 bum.
This is her now.
This is
After
our baby.
11 long years. Say hi, Bella.
Stop it. Can't stop.
Bella, do you know how old I was when I gave birth to you?
16.
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
I thought you're 16.
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
I don't know.
Like, is it kind of weird?
Yeah?
But like, do you ever like get embarrassed to like tell your friends like
No.
like your parents? Because I know, like, remember you noticed when a couple years ago that all your friends' parents
Okay.
are old.
70s and 80s is not. That's old.
Oh, okay. I don't think anybody should have their kids at 70s or 80s.
No, their parents are like 60s.
So we told her that
Oh, I'm so sorry.
she started noticing that her friends' parents were older than us, so she asked us a couple years ago when we had her as a.
I don't think, no, she never like truly asked. She kind of just were like, no, she's always embarrassed. Like, she wouldn't embarrass. Yeah, she thinks it's awkward conversation. She never asked, but I had started feeling that she noticed, so I asked her.
Yeah.
And she did notice it. But
So we just wanted to tell the truth and just tell it wasn't easy, but we don't regret anything, and we wouldn't change anything at all with her. So.
Sorry.
I cannot do that with my bros.
But yeah, so.
Stop doing that.
Bella,
What?
just you're so cute.
Thank you. Okay, stop it.
Alright guys, well,
Alright. Oh my gosh, Bella, get your big fun in this shot.
You're so cute. It's Daddy's out.
Look, come on, he has half of his head. I mean, he has a gigantic head. Like, literally, my kids have giant heads because he has a big
I
head.
have
can we end this? I
Oh,
got things
actually,
to do.
she has a small head, but my other two kids, my son and my baby, got ginormous heads because of him.
Is my head average or small?
It's average.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah, if you have any more questions.
If you have any
just-
questions or just like even like questions like if you're a teen parent or anything like that, we would love to answer them, or just any random question that you have,
Yeah,
leave it down below.
we'll have a part 2 to this with our son, so.
And we're definitely gonna start vlogging and doing a whole bunch of challenges
Yep.
and lots of cool things.
Yep.
So subscribe.
Yeah, thanks guys.
Babe, no. What the heck? Oh, hell no. Please do